it's a half butterfly guard, half guard with a butterfly hook. So it's like half butterfly guard. I use this all the time and knock people off balance with it all the time. And frequently when we roll, I will purposely let people step over my leg and they'll just be hanging out and they feel like they got a hold of me and then all of a sudden they fall over. And I do this almost all the time. This is one entry into this. But to do this, first we need to understand how to get underhooks again, right? So the boring basic stuff we're gonna go over first and then we're gonna do that technique, okay? That's the plan for this morning. Okay, so with Carlos, so we do half guard here. And one of the things, since we're gonna call this morning the executive class, right? One of the things that you guys wanna take note is, the older you get, the more half guard you should play. It's easier on your knees and your hips and your back to be on one hip, having both legs around one leg and around the waist. It's just more effective in the long run. So if you want to learn jiu-jitsu, executive jiu-jitsu, figure out more of this. Also, I don't know if you realize, I typically do techniques when I demo on both sides. This whole month, I've been demoing this on the side. Why? I've had 2 surgeries on my right knee and I'd rather not use it as an elevator as infrequently as possible. There's nothing wrong with the knee right now. I'm just saving for later because I want to do jiu-jitsu. So this good position, figure out what's your good side, what works, what's not beat up, and try to learn how to develop that particular side because you only can force half guard on either side. Okay, so my partner has head and arm control. So here we go, we're going back to how do we resolve this. So to do today's technique, we need to get an underhook, right? Our underhook is with our far arm here, with my left arm. So, framing inside. If Carlos is so generous that lets me put my elbow in here, great, I'll take it. This arm is always going to wrap over because I'm going to delay the inevitable. He can still do an arm bar here, guys. He can still spin around and do an arm bar, so I'm making sure this can get it. Guys, you can figure 4 here temporarily. This doesn't hit you much. This doesn't allow you to move. If your partner's jumping all around and doing crazy stuff, you might want to do this, but for the most part, a simple back heel here and then pinching your legs tight is sufficient. Also, it allows this leg to move and pivot, which will come in handy later. So the first one we're going to do to get our underhook is what we've done before. I'm going to punch Carlos in the head. So my hand turns over, I hit him with the bicep. He comes up, elbow comes down, comes under, and the back of my hand goes up. Okay? We're not even going to worry about elevation or anything today because I don't need it at this point. So I'm going to go under this leg. Okay? So our first one again. And this would be a review. I think most all of you guys have seen this. I'm going to look at both of these right now. So again, here. I turn over, bumping up, drawing my elbow in. Carlos is being very generous in the space he's giving me here this morning. And then the back of my hand, guys. The back of my hand because it doesn't collapse. Carlos, put your whizzer down. It's very strong in comparison to if I put my elbow this way, collapse, my arm's just a mess. Right? Okay, so that's 1. 2, sometimes I cannot get enough traction here. He's got a real tight head and arm. I have to work down against his legs. I'm going to come over his knee really hard with the back heel, pinch my legs together. I'm going to take him the direction I don't want to go, then the direction I want to go. Here, here. He has to base here, right? He has to put some kind of base. He doesn't have any lower body base. I'm going to try to knock him over. This is not intended to be a bridge or a sweep. If he falls over, he's probably not that good. This hand now goes under his arm. This hand goes on his lap to slow him back. He's going to try to come bring himself back to center. I slow him down and then let him go. Okay? One more time. He's here. He's got tight upper body control. I back heel really hard. I stop my feet together. My knees go one direction, and then my knees go back the other way. I can punch him here, but that's not primarily the purpose. This just slows him down because now he wants to center himself up. Center back up, Carlos. See how it's slow. Down, and then when I got my hand down, let it go. He's going to want to come back. Okay? 2 different ways.